What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to take a look at the rest of the ecosystem in comparison with Splinterlands and specifically the SPS governance token to see what kind of price ranges will we be looking at for the SPS token to be comparable, competitive, however you want to define it, with some of the other larger projects out there in the space. So I'm going to make a couple of assumptions before we even jump into this, just to keep the numbers easy, right? As it stands right now, obviously the price is 1.7. We're close to like 1.8 cents. I'm going to round that up to 2 cents. And I'm also going to keep the market cap that we have, which is roughly at about $20 million. I'm going to keep that there. So assuming that the price of each token goes up, yet with the upcoming burns for hopefully Land, Rebellion, we're going to reduce the token size. So we keep that kind of 20 million-ish, right, market cap at about 2 cents. Again, it's not perfect. I'm just making easy numbers of what we're somewhat close to. But again, we're not actually that close to it. But I know some people are going to call me out. Again, just trying to go for easy numbers here for a reference. So if I'm looking at the top gaming tokens, right? Gaming, GameFi here on CoinGecko. I mean, you can see there's a lot of very recognizable names: Immutable X, Sandbox, Axie Infinity. I mean, each of these at the current time, I mean, Immutable is at like a $1.4 billion market cap, right? Sandbox is 933 million, Axie is at 846. Then I would say you have kind of like a second tier here, and these are not like unknown games. You have Gala at $672 million, Illuvium 549 million, ApeCoin 548 million, right? So all of these are kind of just in that, I don't even want to say mid-tier range. I mean, these are all like $500 million market caps at this point in the cycle. Granted, we're not at the bottom of the bear necessarily, but you know, it's still crazy to think about the fact that these tokens, these projects have market caps in the, you know, multiple hundred millions, right? So or $500 million at this point. And then if we go a little bit further down the line here, right, step into something that I used to play, that's at about 335 million. Wax is at 225 million. Ronin, which is the chain that Axie runs on now, is at about 200 million. And then you got Echelon Prime. This is for the parallel game. This is at 150 million. And then Vulcan Forge, about 150 million as well, right? And then a couple others, even this is a Star Atlas DAO. I'm not sure where Star Atlas is. Gods Unchained sitting here at about 63 million, right? So with where we're at right now, what will we need to see in terms of price appreciation for SPS, right? We are all hoping, and before I even go any further, this is not financial advice. I'm not saying that SPS is going to go to these values or predicting that that's going to happen. I'm saying that if we were to go to these values, then we would be competitive, right? Or in order to be competitive, we would need SPS to go to these values is probably a better way to phrase it. So starting low, right? Something that, you know, is obviously a game that is competing just for just for eyeballs on this channel and, you know, whenever Darkest Night and I play. So Echelon Prime is kind of at that 156. We'll just round up to $160 million market cap. That's an 8x for SPS, right? That's an 8x for Splinterlands from a market cap perspective. So when you apply that from a token perspective, in order to be at the same level as Echelon Prime, that would be 16 cents. That's significant, right? That's an 8x from where we are right now. Actually, it's a little bit more than an 8x from where we are right now. But again, using just easy numbers. So in order to be at that level, right, 150 million, we would need to do an 8x. Well, now let's jump a little bit, make it easy. What if we were to get around the 300 million range, right? Well, once again, we would I guess we would just multiply that by 2, right? Market cap would jump and we'd go up 16x instead. So instead of at 16 cents, we'd be up to 32 cents. Are you following me? This is starting to look interesting now, okay? And keep in mind, these projects are all down major from their market cap or from their all-time high prices and market caps as well. So we're in like the low tier. Or this is still like the C or D tier. Now, you want to go up into the higher ranges? Okay, fine. Your Illuvium, your Gala, your ApeCoin. I mean, again, just keeping easy numbers here. Let's just jump up to 600 million, right? What is that? Hold on, I'm going to use my calculator now. 600 divided by 20. So that's a 30x from where we're at times 0.02. That'd be 60 cents. right? And I guess the numbers are easy enough. I technically don't even need to use a calculator. But my whole point is that we could get up to 60 cents and we still wouldn't be a top tier project in terms of overall market cap. Now we'd be flirting. We would get the attention of many folks, and I think this is where it becomes really important, right? This is, I think, why many people are bullish and hopeful for Splinterlands and SPS, even though we are not on a major exchange. If we start rising the ranks on all of these projects, just simply due to SPS demand for new players coming in, or us burning it and still requiring it for DEC, right, to burn it for DEC, if we can push that value up, I mean, all of a sudden we're in the conversation with many other projects, and we're sitting at a 50, 60 cent SPS, which is only, which is still down halfway from our all-time high. But all of a sudden, we're part of that conversation now and can ride the wave with all of these tokens as they start to take off into the multi-billion-dollar market caps, right? The only thing that's over $1 billion right now is Immutable, and I don't really count ICP, so we'll just skip that. But the only thing that's over $1 billion is Immutable. But if we were to go to Sandbox, for example, you go back and let's see. I would love to see market cap all time, and as long as this loads here, we'd be able to pull it in, unless they have an all-time high market cap. So no, it's at $1 billion right now. All right, this is just not cooperating with me. So let's try again. Market cap at the maximum was $6 billion. I mean, just think about that. The market cap was $6 billion for this during a time when, gaming was just a couple of pixels on a screen. There weren't even any real projects. People were selling digital land, even though land couldn't do anything, right? So Axie Infinity, here's another one. I mean, this Axie Infinity is probably, I'm going to skip Axie Infinity because it did have a major run, and it led the bull run last time. What I think would be more interesting is Gala, right? We compare it to Gala a lot because Gala is more of an ecosystem. And while SPS and Splinterlands is no longer shooting to become an ecosystem, I still kind of hold us very similar to Gala. But if we just go back to the max, I mean, this thing topped out at what? Let's go to market cap. This thing topped out at over $5 billion in terms of market cap, right? This is in November of 2021. So, I mean, that was a crazy time. If you think about where the market cap is right now, 666 million, I mean, that's like a 10x from here to get to that level, right? So this is where it gets interesting, and this is what I talk about with SPS, where getting to the all-time high price per token is going to be way more difficult just because there's way more tokens, right? There's like 5x the amount of tokens. It's similar for all these other projects that have just been distributing tokens after tokens these past couple of years. Gala is another great example where in order for them to get back to their all-time high market cap, they would need to do a 10x in overall value. But a 10x in price only gets them to about 24 cents. And if you think about the people who back in 2021 bought Gala at 72 cents, right? To think about the fact that they would still be down 66% if Gala were to hit a new all-time high from a market cap perspective. This is why it's going to be difficult overall for people who bought at the top to really recover, right? And I'm sure many of us have stories like that, not just with Splinterlands. So that's, but I'm kind of getting outside the scope of the video. I just wanted to share what it would look like, right, if we were to be at that level. Now, keep in mind, the $1 SPS, where does that put us? Well, that does put us in the top 3 spots, or I guess the top 2 spots behind Immutable X, because a $1 SPS would be a $1 billion market cap. We would pass Axie, we'd pass Sandbox. Again, is that going to happen? I have no idea. I'm hopeful that it does, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yeah, we're going to the moon, right? At my target, very conservatively, and this isn't even conservative, if we were to hit a new all-time high from a market cap perspective, that would really only be around like 23, 24, maybe 25 cents, right? So that's 75 cents down, or 75% down from the all-time high. And for people who bought above 25 cents, sure, hopefully you've been earning and participating and staking over that time and have gotten value in other ways, but it may not make up for the fact that you're going to be down 75%. So obviously, I'm hoping that we don't just go to 25 cents. I'm hoping that we go well beyond 25 cents, beyond $1. But I can't sit here and say that. I have no idea what's going to happen. This is not financial advice by any means. It's just a comparison to see where we are at this moment in the cycle compared to some of the other top projects. And if we as a very small, very niche community can really eat up the amount of SPS and get the value of SPS up there, right? Increase the demand. Maybe some new players come in, even if it's just a small trickle at a time. If we can start to get the value of SPS up, we will start to get the eyeballs of everybody who looks at this chart at the top, 10, 15, 20, 30 projects. Right now, we're not anywhere close, right? We're in the like 1,000 range. Here's Splinterlands, right? For 1,000. If you were to look at the top, maybe like 30 projects or so here, we'd need to be, even like Echelon Prime. This thing is listed on Coinbase and it's a top 250 project. We would need to get up to that level just to start having the conversation of like, hey, what's Splinterlands doing? For all the casuals, for all the people out there looking for something to get into, if they can see us in that range, that'd be awesome. But that, just this in and of itself to be on par with Echelon Prime is going to push us to a 16 cent SPS. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? I have no idea. Should you go out and buy SPS? Not financial advice. If you want some, go and get some. It's going to get you some cool rewards in the game, and you'll be part of a fun community. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.